Hi, today's good person to know is Amit Bhatia. He's well known for being co-owner and vice chairman of Queen Park Rangers Football Club, and he's founded lots of other companies too, the first being Swordfish Investments. His talk was on his entrepreneurial journey that began at the age of 7, where he developed a marketplace for trading airline stickers at school. Thereafter, he always thought of cool things that he could trade with, including pay-per-view at a time that didn't exist in India, where he charged his friends to watch wrestling. And he was always quite innovative during his college days too, including importing and exporting silver. He centered his talk around 4 thoughts. 1, it's got to be fun. You've got to enjoy what you do. As much as it's going to keep you up at night, it's got to be also the reason why you jump out of bed in the mornings. He did try working for an investment bank, a couple of them, but he didn't enjoy it, so he quit that to start his own investment business, and he called his friends and family and people that he knew and managed to generate $2 million. 2, surround yourself with great people, and said he wouldn't be where he is today if it wasn't for them. He invested with people who were smarter and brighter than him, that could add value and bring something new to the table. 3, embrace failure because it's part of life, and gave an example where it went all terribly wrong at the age of 25, and also pointed out that a missed opportunity is also a failure too. And finally 4, fall deeply and madly and truly in love with what you do. That's exactly what Amit's doing with his newest business venture, Hope Construction Materials, and says that you have to work over and beyond everyone else because there really is no substitute for hard work. So I hope you enjoy this video, and thank you for watching.
I would like to leave you with 4 thoughts at the end of today. So the first one is that being an entrepreneur is really, really fun. And so have the confidence in yourself to give it a go. I come from an entrepreneurial family in India. I remember being about 7 or 8 years old when my parents took us on this incredible summer holiday. The way that I would do that is to collect the tickets, the baggage tags that they give you when you check in at the airport, the ones that you put on your hand luggage. And I thought if I start collecting these, by the time I go back home, I'll have a pretty cool collection to remember this travel. And so as we started traveling, I started to collect these airline stickers, and then rather than just the airline I flew on, I would go around to all the other counters and ask some of the ladies and gentlemen there if I could have some of their stickers. By the time I got back home, I had this great collection, about 2 dozen stickers with some really exotic airlines. I put them in a diary and I took them to school to show my friends, and you know, much to my amazement and it gave me great happiness, but they were interested to see my stickers, but they were also interested to own some of my stickers. I realized A, it was my first brush with entrepreneurship, and B, I really enjoyed doing that. And so after that, when we had the fortune to travel, I was always trying to think of cool things that I could bring back and sell, trade, or buy. So we got to London, my grandparents would live here, and I would always try and take back things that weren't available 30 years ago in India. You didn't get the kinds of confectionery sweets and chocolates, so I'd take some back. We didn't get satellite television, and so I convinced my grandfather, who used to live here. I don't know if how many of you are into wrestling, but I was a huge wrestling fan. In India, we would get the recorded VHS box sets a couple of months after it came out, but my grandfather and I started a little business where he would record the wrestling on a VHS tape, put it in the mail, get it a week later. On Saturdays, I would invite my friends over, I would offer them my sweets if they paid for them, and then I'd say, you're welcome to watch some wrestling if you pay me for it. Off to college in America, and I was getting my stuff off the bus, I noticed all these parents were dropping their children off at school. And it was an emotional moment. There's crying and there's tears and there's hugs, and they want to remember this, and their kid is going into the big bad world, he's spreading his wings. And I looked at it and I went, there's a great opportunity to record this. When I went home for the next holidays, I went to a little printer in India, and I had him make the kind of picture frames that you get in a theme park. And in the inside it said, my first day at Cornell. And on the outside there's this beautiful emblem of the university. And I went back to school 3 days before when the kids come to settle into their dorms. And I went to all the parents when I pulled over and I said, may I take a photograph? It'll cost you $10, but this is a memory for a lifetime that money can't buy. And I promise you, a day and a half into it, I sold 300 photographs. That was $3,000. I was 18 years old, and it was all the money in the world. And so I tried my hand at selling coffee to kids that were standing in line to get theater tickets, to sell t-shirts. I became president of the Cornell Business Students Association, and as a result of that, got to see other people's ideas. People would come who had business ideas. If I had profit, I could invest with them, we could give advice, and it gave me the ability to be entrepreneurial throughout college. Started an import-export business for silver in India. Now travel back, silver is sold by the gram, would be 10 rupees, which is the equivalent of 25 cents. In the US, they would sell it for $1. And it didn't matter what you were selling. They would wait at the pawn stores in New York, and obviously I couldn't carry truckloads back, but I was always able to carry just a few things, enough that I bought cheaply and I sold more expensively, and I did that over 4 years. For me, I found being an entrepreneur a tremendous amount of fun. I found it gratifying, I found it fulfilling. I then went into investment banking. I worked at Merrill Lynch and then Morgan Stanley in New York, came to London, worked at Credit Suisse. But by the time I moved here, I realized that it just wasn't fun working for somebody else. I wanted to create value for myself. So I decided one day that I was going to quit and I was going to start an investment business. But I had two problems. One, I wasn't an expert in anything, and two, I had no money. So, I realized that in all of these little entrepreneurial ventures, it had not given me specialized skill set in anything, but generally, I knew the kind of things that I wanted to invest in. And my motto always was, if I show up to office every day, and if I'm making money, why should it matter where I'm investing that? So as a young, naive kid, I went to family and friends. I went to some of my professors who have been my mentors at Cornell. And I also went to some of my bosses at Credit Suisse who thought that I had some amount of capability, and I asked them if they would give me the opportunity to start a small business. I was fortunate. They gave me, I managed to raise $2 million. I rented a small office in London, had one administrative staff, and I'm pleased to say a decade later the fund went from 2 to 20 to 50 to 100 to earlier this year, we're running a few $1 billion of assets under management and assets that we own. But I really enjoyed being an entrepreneur. I like the challenges that it gave me. I like the freedom that it gave me. And so, as a first principle, I'd love you to think about how much fun it is to be an entrepreneur. And of course, there's scary moments, but that it really is a wonderful journey. To surround yourself with really great people. I can tell you some examples of business successes, investments that I've had that have been successful, but I can tell you in the absolute truth that very little amount of that success was down to me, my potential, or my talents. I've had the great fortune to be able to invest with people who are much smarter than me, brighter than me, and know more than me, and partners who know more than me, who can give us better vision, who give us better guidance. And one of my guiding principles has always been to try and get into bed with people who know more than I do, people who can add a tremendous amount of value, who have different skill sets. I can tell each one of you that if you close your eyes and you thought about 3 people that you admire the most in the world, and then why you admire them the most in the world, it can give you a pretty good sense of the person that you would like to be, or the person that you will become. The third one, and I guess everybody talks about it, is failure. And failure most definitely is also a part of life. One of the first large deals that I did was to try and buy the largest nursery schools business in the UK. I was 25 years old. This was a £110 million transaction. And I said, it makes a lot of sense to me. I like the nursery schools business. It was asset-backed. Of the 113 schools that we had, 75 of them we owned the real estate, gave us a bit of surety. Also, I like how that business works. If a recession hits, mom and dad first stop eating out, then they stop going to the movies, then they stop buying clothes, but they don't really pull their kid out of school. And I like how that demographic worked. And I said, this is good stability, we can do well. We managed to raise the money. I took on a partner. 2 years in, we had double profit of the business, but I wake up one morning and our partner was bankrupt. He was in administration. This was a £3 billion UK-based real estate company, and we woke up in the morning and they were in administration. Everything seemed okay, but life had dealt us a pretty shitty hand, and you can't always control that. For me, it was devastating. I was a young boy. I put quite a lot of my investors' faith and their money in this, and I thought it was the end of the world, which for a period of time, it most definitely was. But you do have the opportunity to try and recover. I was fortunate that I did. But part of our journey as being entrepreneurs is that we will, along the way, have failures. And failures not just in terms of the things that you do invest in that go bad, but I would say in the things that you don't invest in or that you forget to invest in. An idea that you may have, that you think about, and a year from now you find somebody else is doing it. For me, that's a failure. I would say to you that fall deeply, madly, and truly in love with your business. If the guy sitting next to you works 40 hours a week, work 80 hours a week. If he works 50 hours a week, work 100 hours a week, because there is no substitute for hard work.